On all levels.
So tell them a little bit about your story. Like I know you from back in the day, and I reconnected with you here recently, and like
the short version. I'm gonna try.
It seems like you really are, like on it. Like your work ethic towards putting out your music is kind of like on a level that you don't normally see from somebody that's just
jumping
out.
Straight out. Yeah, because see, one thing about it, when the circle that I ran with for about 2 years, I mean, it was so much inspiration in that circle. I mean, just watching how much money spent, watching the music being recorded, watching the producers that they meet out of town. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot. It was a lot of inspiration. But what a lot of people don't know, I got pictures in the federal system doing shows with like damn near 1,500, 2,000 convicts are watching me perform that nobody that I ran with even knows anything about. I just got the pictures of the situation. So I've been doing it since probably 2007 or 2008.
So, like, bro, how?
I did it from the joint though, so it really don't count. If you really
no, bro.
Having that amount of people,
but see, with the haters that we got out here, I like them to just look at me as I just been in it 90 days running. I take that.
I feel like
take that.
That's for the haters, but for the people that are not haters, bro, that story needs to be said. Like, bro, how did they come down?
I mean, it's a long story. I mean, like the short version of it, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. Like when I first got incarcerated, I was in the county jail, and I end up writing a whole lot, just sending letters home, keeping in contact with my people because I'm pressed. But learning how to write a real, true, letter form that you gonna understand without it making a bunch of nonsense. I had a dude teach me how to, write paragraphs, everything about how to write. So when that came about, I just started trying to. I always wanted to rap, but I didn't know how to write my bars. So when this one cat, he was like, "Man, this is how you write your bars." So I'm like, why would I write it like that? I just never got the concept of why he was writing it that way. But later on, I figured out about like 6 months later, like it made a lot of sense how he was writing them bars. But the lyrics, they was, pretty much trash. But I knew what I was trying to do with it. But I say about 2 or 3 years after leaving the county jail and then getting to the federal yard. It's when it really starts sinking in me. It started coming to me real good.
So you feel like it's like the more you get at it, and of course with you too, Bonez, the more you get at it, with these bars and getting it out, you feel like the better you get at it, just like with anything else.
Oh yeah. Practice makes perfect, man. You can never write too much music. Know, like I wrote plenty of music that hasn't seen the light of day. It's just about putting out what you think people need to hear.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah, and then like. With my situation, it was so hard for me because I never ever got to hear no real beats. You know what I'm saying? We was just in the band room creating, dope beats off of raw instruments. You feel me?
Okay.
And like when you writing and you ain't got no studio to go in there and record, like you really spitting all this off the top, bro. You feel me? Like you gotta have it. You gotta have it rehearsed. So when we on the yard and we going back and forth, if that shit ain't sounding right, ain't no time for let me punch that in. Like you might have a cipher on the yard with like 30, 40 dudes. Damn. New York, Philly, North Carolina, Atlanta, Kentucky. I mean, dudes is just going in. So with that, I never really got into the ciphers of the battle rapping. You know what I'm saying? Because my lane was this. I just wanted to rap about selling dope. You feel me? All day long. I just wanted to rap about selling dope. But the dudes that wanted me to be a part of them ciphers, they would create ciphers that would just be targeting dudes that sounding like Jeezy, Yo Gotti, whoever that's in that type of lane, and they would always pick me. Go get him, bro. Go get him, bro. Okay. So that's where they always use me. I never got into battling people because, like, it could go to a whole different level, especially in a joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really wasn't trying to. I really don't like getting on that type of time with dudes because I take my passion serious. You feel me? Okay. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
so how did you get to the point to where you're performing in front of like all these inmates?
Man, I remember the day I did that shit. It was like.
That's
when you promoting, man. Excuse me, I know I'm sweating, but
it's all good.
But, it's like when you promoting a party on on the yard, everybody's like, he great do this. The day comes. It's the weekend. It might be 4th of July weekend.
Right.
The whole yard is locked. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty outside. Sun's outside. They done fed us good for lunch. You know what I'm saying? 4th of July meal. Now everybody's on the yard. So in the feds, you're going to put on your V-necks. You're going to put on your jogging pants. You're going to put on your Air Force Ones. You pull the ones out the plastic on 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? The ones is coming out the plastic on 4th of July. You feel me? And the crazy part about it, like that first show I did, I remember hitting the yard and I had got off the bus and I had on a pair of Air Force Ones, and somehow a guy that was over the commissary got wind about a guy getting off the bus with some Air Force Ones, so he put in an order through Nike and put Air Force Ones on the commissary. So now the whole yard's just flooded with Air Force Ones. So me and my dude, we had this thing where we was customizing Air Force Ones. Like if you wanted Oreo Air Force Ones, we'd do edition where it just be black trimming all through the Air Force Ones. And what we would do, we would perform in the shows with our shoes on that we painting, and 9 times out of 10 we get done with the show, somebody gonna buy the shoes straight off our feet. You know what I'm saying? Right. So the day it actually hit, you know, I'm feeling the part, looking the part, but I was shook. I was shook. I got up there and when dude started the beat, I just went with it, man. And I just remember watching multiple inmates just start walking up towards like where the stage area was set up. Everybody's just walking up like, he's really doing this shit. Hold on. So it wasn't really no cheers or no fist pumps or nothing like that. It just, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't pay no attention to nobody. Just do what I'm doing. Yeah. Man, after I got done with that show, the whole I bet it was about 2 weeks. I had dudes walking up on me from DC. I had dudes walking up on me from Virginia. Like, bruh, you straight, you woo. And I remember one dude telling me from DC, this nigga's name was Bobo. He said, bro, let me tell you this. You from Louisville. If you in the feds, this is one of the most hated geographics. For you to get anybody to take a liking to you, though, you gotta really sit down and take that in, bro. And like, if you serious about it, push. If you ain't, that's cool too. But just think about it. Like, nobody is here to like anybody.
Exactly. And that was the whole point. I'm like, please, like, tell this.
Like, so, you know, I done had the same type of feedback come to me, and I'm always like, man, you sure you like that shit, bro? I ask everybody, you sure you fucking with that? He's like, bro, you got it. And back then I was just like, just riding away with like, yes, what I want to do is what I want to do. And I remember being down there in Manchester, Georgia. I met this one dude. I mean, he produced a bunch of old stuff back in the day for like So Def, Chris Cross. It was just a bunch of old names, but dude was in the feds, and he was just like, man, here, take my contact. When you get out, you come to Atlanta, I introduce you to everybody. Right. I never bumped into him though, but you know what I'm saying? It was a good feel for him to tell me that, because dude was there for some serious shit, and he was really tied into the music industry on the low. Nobody even knew nothing about him, and he happened to be one of my band members that was doing my beats. So it kind of.
So how like when you say band members and beats, like how does that come about? Like,
man, we had a drummer, we have a few guitar players, a few piano players,
and they actually got the instruments.
Man, it was this one dude, I swear, he would jump on that piano, and when he jumped, after everybody's, you know, playing the bass drum, the bass guitar, and, you know, dude beating on the drums, you got this other dude, you know what I'm saying, got a different type of guitar. But when dude got on that piano, I don't know what he did with that thing. Like, that piano drawed all of them raw instruments in together, and it didn't sound tacky. It just sounded like something like Jay would do, you feel me? Like Kanye would do. But it was real deal live. It was live, bro. Like, ain't no time for no mess ups or nothing. Like, we here. You feel me?
Yo. So, I mean, that was, I just had to hear that story. It was a dope story. 321 Podcast, man. Episode number 55. Another thing, like earlier you mentioned that, you know, like beforehand you was talking to Murph and you was like, you know, just going through the money, trying to market yourself, and talk about that little period when you first started. Of course, when you got out, you got to a real studio and you had to, like, you know, figure out a way, because in comparison to Bonez, just like in your way, man, I'm not saying like you probably spent a lot of money, but you wanted another way to market yourself. Right. That's more than likely probably inexpensive than what he did when he first started. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And I like to say it's two different ways, and it's two different ways and waves of marketing yourself that an artist can take, right, or whatever. So I want you to, you know, tell yours and you tell yours.
I think I think we got the fuck it version and we got the reality version.
Yeah, let me get you both.
The fuck it version, become a deadbeat. Don't take care of your kids. Don't put nothing on the bill. Just live out here off your backpack. Just go hard on what you do.
And you see a lot of that. Yeah.
And you bump into them type of dudes, and they'll shade you sometimes because you don't just lay it all on the line like them. But I got 2 kids, man. I just had to pay $400 on daycare today. I would have loved to bought an 8-hour block with that $400.
Right. Yeah.
But priorities first, like that right there, just set me back another step. But my daughter's straight. Yeah. She ain't got nobody talking about she can't come in here. Right. She's good.
Right.
But if I went and spent that $400, I might have recorded all bullshit. I might have recorded a hit. Mm-hmm. I don't even care. I ducked a meeting with Shaka Zulu last weekend, the owner of DTP. You know why? T-ball practice was more important. It was the first one. I'll never see it again. Shaka can wait. I'll pull up in the A next weekend.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like with me making that type of mature decision, God know my heart.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm out here like, man, I got to go get this ice. I'm trying to pull up in the club. I need a flex. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's going to take me longer to get it. But if God know I ain't getting that ice, just the flex, I'm getting it to say, you know what I'm saying, complete my image as a rapper who I am, then it might be a little different. You know what I'm saying? I might be able to receive that blessing a little bit quicker.
So you just saying, stick to your priorities and stick to who you are for the most part.
That's me right there, because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, yeah, Shaka, he's him, but at the same time, I feel like God got something. He might bump me back into dude. I got his personal phone number. I ain't tripping, but I feel like something else might be great shake. I don't know what it is. Can't even imagine, because they say, we'll never be able to imagine God's blessings that's coming for us. And I ain't even trying to stress my mind to imagine what's shaking. I just hope that I stay ready, so I don't gotta get ready.
That's what's up, Bonez.
I would agree with him. Like, some people want to take that, put everything on the line. I'm more of a strategist. Like,
yes, sir.
I don't take risk without. Well, I don't. I will take a risk. It's just got to be calculated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna put all my eggs in one basket. I'm gonna make sure I got a plan B if plan A don't work. You know what I mean? But I got kids too, man. I got family I got to think about.
Right.
You know? Luckily for me, I surround myself with good people like High Def.
Hold on, let's get to it, man. I was waiting for you to say it, man. Shouts out to the homie DJ High Def in the building, man. Go ahead and crack his mic.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to introduce his DJ, man.
Hey, what's up, people? DJ High Definition checking in. 321 podcast.
Hey, I think we gotta drop off the mic.
Go ahead and drop a bomb on that. Go ahead and drop a bomb.
HD, man, let them know who you are. Where can they catch you at? You know what I'm saying? What you been up to? How long you been spinning? What's up, man?
Okay, real quick. I usually play on Fridays, Aside and Fightings, not every Friday, but I'll pop up every now and again.
What motivated you to be like, because, bro, like, no, we having it's an interview, 321 podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's a DJ to DJ moment. Look at that. I'm excited. Look, you know what I'm saying? Real spill, man.
My story.
Man, for real, bro, because people need to hear it. You'd be surprised how many, like, young cats, I'm still kind of shocked. They'd be like, can you teach me? And I'm thinking, like, bro, for real, you really want me to, you know what I'm saying? So
I agree with that completely. But I started DJing in college. I've always been into music. I was always, burning the mix CDs.
Yeah.
Moving the 3 for 10s and always. So I've always been into music. I was always, bringing the CDs to the party and playing the music at the parties. But once I got to college, I went to a PWI.
Okay.
So
what's that?
Predominantly white institution.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, what?
No, you're Twitter shit.
Speaking acronyms.
Right.
Hold on. I don't mean to interrupt anything
good.
like
okay,
that.
what you say?
But you need to understand how important it is, though.
I just went to a white school. That's all.
To understand Twitter?
No, baby, to understand. He just said a PWI, and I knew exactly what the fuck he was talking about.
And I didn't, so I said, "What is
heard of that before.
But I know that because you have to be educated.
Yeah, Okay.
Go ahead.
What school was it?
She's
Hold
on
on.
Twitter. She's all the time.
University of Evansville in Evansville.
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
Anything
Real
in Evansville
Caucasian.
is very.
Now, okay, hold on. Let's back this up. Not to cut you off. Now, if he would have said, "I went to Evansville College," I was like, "Damn, it's a lot of white people there."
Right.
I would have said it was a PWI. That's what I would have said.
It's all the same. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Two different ways to get to the same.
Yeah,
Right.
It's all good.
Right.
It is.
There's many
But
ways to
say it. I understand.
Damn, it's a lot of white motherfuckers. Could you not? Could you not?
I probably feel him for real.
Well, that's fine. But could you not?
But